Lash conference on an island paradise? Yes please. In this video, I'll show you my experience attending the Lash Bash Island Retreat on Hamilton Island in Australia. Spoiler alert, it was amazing. Are you ready? Let's get started. Hey beauty pros! Today I am gonna take you with me to Australia. Lash Bash is organized by Mann of Lash Tribe, Mimmi Ebbersten of Lashia, and Mandy Jeffery of Fox Cosmetics. 3 already big names in the industry coming together to create a series of educational conferences for lash and brow pros like you and me. They have already run 2 Lash Bash events on the Gold Coast, and the one we are going to is their 3rd installment, Lash Bash Island Retreat. We start our trip with a brief 14-hour flight direct from Vancouver to Brisbane, landing at 7 in the morning. Next, because we're a little crazy, we wait at the Brisbane airport by ourselves for 5 hours until our Hamilton Island flight. A bit woozy from jumping forward in time and losing an entire day, we get the urge to try airport sushi, which normally is not a great idea, but it was surprisingly good. It's not too long before the others arrive for the flight, which is short and sweet and really scenic. Now we've landed on Hamilton Island. By this point, we've been traveling for close to 23 hours straight, but all the exhaustion just melted away as soon as I stepped off the plane and saw the landscape. I was greeted with balmy weather, palm trees, and more beauty than my tired eyes could handle right at that moment. I was in paradise. The first thing I noticed was the noise, or rather, the lack of noise. I'm from an area that always has cars, trains, planes, and helicopters audible from the inside of my house. So this was kind of a weird change for me. It's not that there were no sounds. In fact, there were waves crashing against the surf, the gentle howling of a balmy breeze, and random chirps and flutterings of cockatoos and other wildlife. It was a calming kind of noise. I also noticed that there weren't very many cars on the road. Other than the complimentary shuttle buses, the island was kind of full of golf buggies as a common mode of transportation. How fun! We took the airport shuttle to the Reef View Hotel, and although by now I had been traveling for well over 24 hours, and any reasonable person would have checked in to take a nap, I was now way too excited and in awe of all the beauty to even think about closing my eyes. I can sleep when I get home. I didn't want to miss even a minute of this. Lash Bash Island Retreat kicked off with a cocktail night at One Tree Hill. We all took a shuttle up together, and the sunset views were to die for. It was a great way for the organizers, speakers, and attendees to get to know each other and create connections before the main event.
My favorite part is actually seeing the people that you see online as real people. They're real people, they've got families, they've got businesses, everyone's a real person, and once you kind of take that stigma away from them being on a screen or on a stage and actually stand with them and have a drink with them and talk with them, that's priceless.
I love how intimate and exclusive this conference is. I've been able to network with every person here, and I'm really excited about that because I'm getting to know everyone individually.
So there's so many things that I love about attending conferences. Networking would have to be one of my most favourite things because I love to network with people, but also it's the knowledge that you gain from the presentations.
Hamilton Island as a location is really beautiful. It makes you feel relaxed, and as we are in an intimate group, you do have more time to spend one-on-one with each mentor and also other lash techs from other places in the world and other states in Australia, and gives you ample time to have a few cocktails and pick each other's brains and learn something new about each and every person and make some new friends and connections along the way.
I'm loving how intimate it is, the exclusivity, how we're getting to have one-on-ones with each of the speakers, so you're not feeling not included. We are all one big bunch coming together.
The conference was held at the Hamilton Island Yacht Club. in the auditorium. This building is hailed as a design masterpiece, inspired by the silhouettes of full sails on the horizon. To me, it kind of looks like a manta ray, but either way, it's gorgeous and the view is spectacular.
This place is stunning. All the people here are amazing to talk to, very inspiring. I'm having a good time. Everyone's having a good time.
The location for Lash Bash is ridiculous and it's so beautiful and so gorgeous. It's such nice weather and it's just got everyone so relaxed.
Location's ridiculous, like, come on. We're in this tropical island, this ridiculous resort. Like, I have my son with me. Everyone's just in such an amazing mood.
On the first day of the conference, we were greeted with a breakfast spread of yogurt parfaits, mini lemon tarts, some tropical fruits that I had never tried before, and generous goodie bags full of unique and thoughtful gifts. We started at 10 a.m. and after a brief introduction from Mimmi and Mandy, we were off to the races. Unfortunately, Julia wasn't able to come and enjoy the fruits of her labor of organizing the event, and her presence was definitely missed. The first speaker of the day was Kelly Storer, and she was talking about how to build and keep a great team. Next, we had Ebba and Mimmi Ebbersten with a presentation on building a winning training concept. Lunch was served out in the atrium and consisted of an assortment of fancy gourmet sandwiches and wraps with some refreshing bubbly. After a delectable lunch with an incredible view, we got to see Julia Mann's video on creating automated sales funnels. Rounding out the day, Levi Shephard took to the stage with her presentation on optimizing and maximizing your business. Each day of the conference wrapped at 2 o'clock to leave time to enjoy the island, and they also thoughtfully planned after conference festivities for us. After day 1, we were randomly split into teams for a golf buggy scavenger hunt that took us around the entire island. There was some friendly competition going on as each team of 4 scoured the island to complete tasks such as trading shirts with a stranger, dancing in a restaurant, jumping into a pool fully clothed, and so much more. It was really a great way to see and learn about the island with an end goal in a fun and competitive way.
All the thought that went into the food, the drink, the activities, the meets and the greets, everything, it's made everyone feel really included and really together.
I really enjoyed the team building activities when we did the scavenger hunt. I think it created lots of memorable moments and just created some really good friendships.
We have had lots of time with the guest speakers and getting to know the guest speakers on a personal level.
There's a really good range of the, different speakers and the topics that, we've already heard such a range already, and it's only been the first 2 people. So looking forward to seeing how that goes across everyone else and what everyone else has to speak about.
The scavenger hunt, that just really got everybody out of their comfort zones. It got me out of my comfort zone. Having to be dunked into a pool fully clothed was awesome.
On the second day of the conference, our morning tea consisted of fresh tropical fruit, sliders, and delicious chocolate brownies. Unfortunately, the first speaker, Bree Stevens, was ill, so we kicked off the day with me, Emily Lee, teaching about video content creation, followed by Sommer Deaves with building your brand on Instagram, then lunch. Today's menu consisted of some even fancier sandwiches and wraps that were super tasty, and of course was again served with some bubbly. After lunch, we had Rikke Steenskov Udengaard, who schooled us on goal setting and life balance, and to wrap up the day, Otto and Zoe Mitter on setting your mind, body and soul up for success.
I have absolutely loved the variety of speakers and topics. It covers lots of things from your day-to-day business, things that you can implement. There's a vast number of topics, which is really handy because there are so many different things that we need to cover off in our business. It's not just about how the salon looks or the vibe, it's about how do we interact with our clients, how do we draw new clients through social media, how do we present ourselves, and how do we build content, which has been really valuable.
The topics and the variety of the speakers is really good because I'm just starting out, so I'm starting with the best knowledge that I can. I think it's amazing. Everyone's got so much input, everyone's got so much knowledge and experience that they can contribute to someone just starting out. So I think it's really good to start with the best and grow from there, and it's good to have so much support from everyone else.
The other speakers here have inspired me, the people who've come to the island, the venue, it's been amazing, really, really lovely.
It has been an incredible trip. I've really enjoyed Lash Bash at Hamilton Island. What a luxurious place to come and have a conference at. It is incredible.
The whole event has been well organized, great speakers, a great vibe. I'm enjoying it a lot.
The experience of being here on Lash Bash is amazing. You meet so many great people. They have a very similar experience to you, so you're not alone, but you still grow together kind of with your experience. It's very good.
After day 2 of the conference, there was a group sunset dining experience at the Manta Ray restaurant. But before that, part of the group went boating, but that idea was all wet. See what I did there? Dinner at Manta Ray was a seated family-style meal with stone-baked pita and bread with assorted dips, whole local reef fish, chickpea falafel, braised lamb shoulder, which was one of my favorite dishes, a lot of drinks, and my favorite, a plate full of desserts. The candy floss was incredible. There were some heartfelt thank yous, an impromptu performance, and a sunset view that can't be beat. On the last day, there was an optional beach excursion to Whitehaven Beach, frequently listed as the best or second best beach in the entire world. The group met up at the marina where we received a bagged lunch and a boat bracelet. We then boarded the boat to Whitehaven Beach. The short 30-minute ride there didn't disappoint. Now, I live on the coast, but I very rarely go to the beach. But even if I did, Vancouver beaches aren't even in the same league as Whitehaven Beach. Vancouver beaches are kind of rocky and the sand is pretty grainy, whereas at Whitehaven, the sand is more like talc and is silky smooth. Comparing the sand to back home is like comparing icing sugar to granulated sugar. No comparison, but probably still delicious. The 98% pure white silica sand is so desirable that the entire few hours that we were there were helicopters coming to pick up loads of sand that they export to Dubai. The water was crystal clear. In fact, it was so clear that you could see little fish swimming around your feet. We were warned that if we were going into the water, that we should wear sting suits that they would provide to us. And some of us did and had a great time snorkeling. Leaving Whitehaven Beach was one of the hardest things I had to do on this trip. We all boarded the boat to take us back to Hamilton Island Marina. Then the evening was spent at Otto and Zoe's accommodation for a barbecue. This was not part of the conference, but it was an open invite for all speakers and attendees because, well, they're pretty awesome people. We had a very nice, intimate evening making connections while watching the sunset, and we even tried some kangaroo steaks courtesy of Chef Jeff. P.S. It was delightful.
And I've had the best time ever. I love it. And yeah, I'm really excited to go back home and implement all the things that I've learnt.
I'm absolutely loving Lash Bash Island Retreat. It is one of the best conferences I've ever been to. It's so personalised and we've really had that time to get to know each and every person here. The networking, the connections, the community that you grow. All you are doing is growing as a person, growing as a business, and you're growing together with your peers. There is not, you couldn't put a price on it.
Lash Bash has everything covered. It really caters for our beginners and our advanced lash techs, even trainers. There are so many things that you will learn.
It's really important to be around like-minded people and feed off their energy and their education and their knowledge and their power and their inspiration. You can't put a price on that. You cannot put a price on the experience that you get from being here.
It wasn't like any other conferences I've experienced. So the balance between an intimate conference and actually having time to mingle and enjoying life on a tropical island is indescribable. I'm like, it's amazing. And we've been laughing together, crying together, and applauding each other, and like, I'm going to help you. Oh, you can do this. We can do this, you know? Yeah, it's been amazing.
Is like a lash event like no other, really. I haven't seen one like it before. It's mind-blowing, literally, and an incredible experience for anyone that wants to do it.
And if you're on my buggy team, then we're going to win.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be who I am or where I am today without these events, and I think you're all amazing, and I'm glad for the friendships that we've made, so thank you.
So, my overall impression of Lash Bash Island Retreat was that I loved it. I loved the location and venue, and the speakers were pretty freaking awesome. The organized events and excursions were incredible. And what I really enjoyed was the intimate group setting that really allowed the speakers and attendees to commingle and get to know each other. And it was tax deductible. What's not to love? There were a few tears, a ton of laughs, a bit of, I don't really know what you'd call this, and some lifelong memories made. Hamilton Island, I leave behind one of my nails and a big piece of my heart. Thank you so much for watching my recap video on Lash Bash Island Retreat that was held in Hamilton Island, Australia. If you enjoyed it, please feel free to like, comment, and share. If you want to see more videos just like this, as well as lashing tips and tricks, please consider subscribing to my channel. I really want to thank Julia, Mimi, and Mandy for inviting me to this one-of-a-kind event, and if you didn't come to it, you definitely don't want to miss the next one. Bye for now.
Is there going to be a next year? I hope so. Mwah.
I love Emily. Oh, and she showed me underpants.